Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, Cyber Hashira. In my part 4 video on Keytool, I talked about generating certificates with various extensions. However, the certificates which I generated were all self-signed certificate. A self-signed certificate are those which are generated by the private key owner for themselves. They are mostly used for testing purpose. In a real life, you would be using a CA signed certificate because they are considered trusted. So today, I will show you how to generate a certificate signing request using Keytool. I will use that CSR to generate a CA signed certificate. I already have an OpenSSL based CA, which I will be using to issue certificates. Once I have the CA signed certificate, I will show you how to install and use them. All right, let's do this. I am logged into my Linux machine now. I'll be setting an environment variable to store my KeyStore password. So export kpwd KeyStore password at 123. Let's do an echo on it. kpwd. Okay, perfect. I also need a key store, so I will create a PKCS 12 key store to store my private key and certificate, and we will use that for this video. So the command is keytool-gen key-alias code signing. Key algorithm is going to be RSA, key size is going to be 2048 with a validity of 730 days. Signing algorithm of SHA-256 with RSA, KeyStore, mystore.p12, store type, PKCS12, store pass, env, which is environment variable, and the environment variable is kpwd. I will also set a distinguished name, so dname, I'll set the common name as code signing. I will also set a key usage of digital signature and another extended key usage of code signing. Okay, I think the command is correct. I'll hit enter. Excellent. So I have my key store. Let's do keytool-list keystore mystore.p12, store type of PKCS12, store pass, env, kpwd, and a verbose output. Excellent. And I think it's a good idea to create an alias. So key list is going to be this. So now I don't have to type Keytool list all the time. Excellent. All right, I'll clear the screen. The KeyStore file that I just created contains my private key and a self-signed certificate. Let me show you. So I'll run Keytool, sorry, not Keytool list. I'll just do key list. Okay, I'll scroll up. Where is it? Okay, here it is. So the owner of this certificate is code signing and the issuer is also code signing. So this proves that it is a self-signed certificate. And I also have my key usage set. So code signing for extended key usage and digital signature for key usage. So now I will generate a CSR and I will get it signed using my OpenSSL based CA. Let me show you how to generate a CSR. I'll clear the screen, and the command to generate a certificate signing request using Keytool is keytool-certrec-keystore mystore.p12 Store type is going to be PKCS12. Store pass is env kpwd. Alias is code signing, because this is a key for which I need to generate a signing request. And the file to store the signing request is code signing.csr. I can name this file whatever I want, so I'll hit enter. And now I have a code signing CSR file. Let me read this file. And here's the certificate request. I'm going to pass this certificate request to my OpenSSL CA to get a signed certificate. Okay, I am logged into the machine which has my OpenSSL based CA. OpenSSL, by the way, it's an awesome tool. I'll call it the Swiss Army knife. I'm working on some content related to OpenSSL, which should be available on my channel very soon. Anyways, let's get back to what we were doing. First, I will bring the CSR I generated on the other machine over here. So SCP, spaul at Arkaza, and the location was KeyStores code signing.csr. Enter the password. Okay, we have the CSR. Let's open it. So we have the certificate signing request that we generated on the other machine. Now I will sign this CSR using OpenSSL. So I'll clear the screen, and the command is OpenSSL ca-config. I'm going to use my issuing CA, and the extension I have set up is also called code signing. This certificate will be valid for, let's say, 730 days. No text. Message digest that I want to use is SHA-256, and the input is going to be code CSR, or code signing.csr, and the output will be CR. Okay. Yes. Okay, so CSR is generated. My certificate is generated. So here's the certificate. Now I will copy this certificate onto the other machine. So SCP code signing.cr spaul at Arkaza, and the location is KeyStores. I think, yeah. Perfect. File has been copied. I'm going to go back to my other machine now. So I'll exit out of this. All right, I'm back to where I was. And here's the CR file. I don't think we need the code signing file anymore. So, the CSR file anymore. So I'll remove it. Now let's try to import the certificate into P12 file. Okay, so the command is keytool-import cert. KeyStore is mystore.p12. Store type is pkcs12. Store pass is env kpwd. And the file which I want to import is code signing. And this is for alias code signing. I'm going to hit enter. Alright, so I am getting an error that says java.lang.exception failed to establish chain from reply. What this error means is, so the certificate that I'm trying to import, this is just a signed certificate. Keytool expects the signer as well as the root certificate. It requires the entire chain to be present. At the moment, I'm just passing the signed certificate. Chain cannot be established, and that's why we are getting this error. In order to solve this problem, we would have to import the root certificate as well as the issuing certificate. I already have my root and the issuing certificate on this computer, so I'll copy them over here. Should be in the Dojo directory, my root, done. And I need my issuing, done. So now I have my code signing certificate, my issuing certificate, and my root certificate. One way to import these certificate is by issuing 3 import certs command for each of these certificates, or I could simply create a P7B file. So P7B file is simply a bundle of certificate. So that's my favorite, or I would say preferred way of importing certificate into a KeyStore. I create a P7B bundle and I just import that P7B bundle directly using import cert command. The command to create a P7B file is OpenSSL CRL to PKCS7 no CRL cert file my root, and the second certificate is my issuing, and the third certificate that I want is code signing.cer, and the output should be code signing.p7b. So now I have this P7B file which contains my code signing certificate, my issuing certificate, and my root certificate. Before I import those certificates, I'm going to make a copy of my store P12. I'll just call it mystore2.p12. I'll tell you why I'm making a copy of it in a moment. All right, I'm going to import the P7B file. So import cert dash keystore my store.p12, store type is pkcs12, store pass is this kpwd, alias is going to be code signing. I hope I spelled it right. Okay, and the file that I want to import is code signing.p7b. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to hit enter. The password is incorrect. I am so sorry about this. kpwd. Okay. All right, so now I'm getting a message that says certain certificate is not trusted. Do you still want to reply or install the reply? Now this is because the certificate that I'm trying to import, this is my root certificate. It's not a standard CS certificate such as DigiCert or Entrust. So obviously it's going to ask whether you want to trust the certificate or not. I'll just say yes to it, and it says certificate reply was installed in KeyStore. All right, let's have a look at the KeyStore. Okay, now if I look at the KeyStore, I am getting a very long output. Okay, so owner, code signing, and this is my issuing certificate. At the top, you can see that it says certificate chain length is 3. So I have my code signing certificate, and if I scroll down, I should see my root certificate as well as my issuing certificate. Here's a second certificate. This is my issuing certificate. And if I scroll down, I should see another one. This is the third certificate, and this is my root. And this is how you install a signed certificate into a KeyStore. If you remember, I made a copy of mystore.p12. So I made mystore2.p12, which was the copy of mystore.p12. Once I install the signed certificate, the existing self-signed certificate is overwritten. However, I wanted to show you another way, or there are like 2 other possible ways by which you could import a signed certificate into a KeyStore. So what I'll do is I'm going to remove mystore.p12, and I'll do copy mystore.p12, mystore2.p12 to mystore.p12. Perfect. So now this KeyStore file still has the self-signed certificate, and I'm going to show you another way to import certificate. The first way was to create a P7B file, which is actually a bundle of my root, my issuing, and code signing.cer. If you don't want to do that, then you could simply import root, issuing, and the code signing cert one by one. So here's how we do it. I'm going to run keytool -list, or let me clear the screen first. Okay. Okay, so first I'm going to import the root certificate. So keytool -import cert -alias, I'll just call it my root. KeyStore is going to be my store.p12, store type pkcs12, store pass env kpwd, and the file that I want to import is my root.cer. Do you want to trust the certificate? Yes. And it says certificate was added. Similarly, I'm going to import my issuing certificate. So my issuing, and I'll change the file name for the issuing certificate. Hit enter, and it just says certificate was added to KeyStore. And now I'm going to import the code signing certificate. So change the alias again to code signing, and the file name to code signing. N is missing. Okay. Hit enter. And now it says certificate reply was installed. Now if I clear the screen and do key list, I should see the complete chain. Let's go. Okay, so here's my KeyStore. So code signing, it says there are 3 certificates in the chain. Certificate number 1 is for code signing, which was issued by my issuing. My issuing is the name of my issuing CA. And if we scroll down, we see the second certificate, which is my issuing, which was issued by my root. So this is the issuing certificate. And the third certificate that we see is my root certificate. I will delete mystore.p12 because there is one more technique that I want to show you. In my first video on Keytool, I talked about trust store. So every Java, like whenever you install Java on your computer, that Java will always have a trust store, which contains the list of all root certificates, all popular root certificates. And that certificate is in your Java home, JRE lib security. And there's a file called CAcert. Now this file contains the list of all trusted root certificates such as DigiCert or Microsoft or Entrust. Let's do a Keytool list on this KeyStore. So I'll do Keytool list -keystore CAcert. I don't need to mention store type because this is a JKS KeyStore. I'll hit enter. The default password to authenticate to CAcert is change it. So CHANGEIT, enter, and check this out. I see a long list of all trusted root certificates. All right, I'll go back to where I was. So what I can do now is I already have my root certificate and my issuing certificate. I can import them into the CAcert. Although it's not recommended to install issuing certificate into the trust store, but this is just for testing purpose. So I'm going to import my issuing certificate as well as root certificate into the trust store. So now I will start with importing the root certificate. So I'll type import cert -alias my root. KeyStore is in OPT Java JDK GRE lib security CA certs, and the file that I want to import is my root.cer. Okay, it's asking for my sudo password and my KeyStore password. KeyStore password is change it. I'm going to say yes to this question, and the certificate is added. In the same way, I'm going to import my issuing certificate. And let me repeat once again, you're not supposed to import issuing certificate into CA cert. I mean, it's only meant for root certificates, but there is nothing stopping you from doing that. So this is just for testing purpose. That's why I'm doing this. All right, so same command. I have changed the alias to my issuing and the file name to my issuing.cer, and the KeyStore password, which is change it. Certificate was added. Now I'm going to create a copy of this KeyStore. So I'll do cp mystore.p12. Okay, perfect. So here we have a copy. So this KeyStore still has my self-signed certificate. So now we have my root and my issuing in the trust store of Java. So now I'm going to import my code signing certificate like this. So import cert -alias is going to be code signing. KeyStore is my store.p12. Store type is pkcs12. Store pass is env kpwd. And the file name that I'm trying to import is codesigning.cer. Hit enter. Okay, so now it gives us an error message that says fail to establish chain. I mean, it's the same error message that we saw previously. We need to tell Keytool to establish the chain using the trust store. So for that, we need to add one more parameter to this command, which is trust CA certs. Hit enter, and that's it. So now I'm getting a message that says certificate reply was installed. So when I added this parameter to the Keytool, the certificate that I try to import, Java would automatically verify whether those certificates, whether the issuer and the root certificate exist in the trust store, which is code signing, or I would say, which is the CS cert. And if it was able to find those certificates, it will let Keytool import that signed certificate into the key store. So now I'm going to clear the screen and I'll do key list. And if I scroll up, I should see my code signing certificate, and over here it says certificate 1. Over here it says certificate chain length 3. This is the first certificate, which is for code signing, issued by my issuing. And if I scroll down, I should see the second certificate. This is my issuing certificate, which was issued by my root certificate. And if I scroll down, I should see the third certificate, which is my root certificate. And these are the three ways by which you can import a signed certificate into your KeyStore. And before I end this video, if you remember, I imported my root and my issuing CA certificate into the trust store. I think it's a good idea to delete those certificates because whatever we did was for testing purpose. So I'll just do a cleanup using keytool-delete alias my root KeyStore security CA-cert, and okay, my sudo password and my CA-cert password. Okay, certificate is deleted, and similarly I would remove my issuing certificate as well. Oh, sorry, I entered the wrong password. Perfect. Let's do a Keytool list on CA-certs. So Keytool list, KeyStore, security, CA-certs, and I'll grep for my root. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't find any of my root certificate, and there is no issuing certificate. I hope there was something new for you to learn in this video. I have added some links in the description below. One of them is a link to my GitHub page from where you can access my notes. This is going to be my last video on Keytool. I can't wait to make new videos on other interesting topics related to cryptography. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. If you're new here, then please check out other videos on my channel. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.